Unlock the power of your gut, the surprising sixth sense that controls your hunger and mood. Your gut might be running the show more than you realize. Some scientists think it could actually be your mysterious sixth sense. What if your stomach wasn't just a boring digestive organ, but actually played a key role in controlling when you eat, and even how you feel? Researchers at Duke University have uncovered a remarkable system inside our guts that flips the traditional script on how much power our stomachs might have. Here's the kicker. Your stomach isn't just passively processing your lunch. It's actively chatting with your brain, shaping when you stop eating, and possibly even influencing your mood. Let's dive into the details. At the heart of this discovery is a protein called flagellin, a component found in the tail-like structures, flagella, of certain bacteria that live inside us. Special cells in our gut, known as neuropods, are equipped to sense this protein almost instantly. Think of neuropods as messengers between your gut and your brain, transmitting a full signal when they detect flagellin. This isn't just slow hormonal feedback. These gut signals travel at lightning speed along neural pathways. And some scientists are calling this the body's real sixth sense. But this is where things heat up. These neuropod cells express a particular sensor, TLR5, toll-like receptor 5, which acts as the flagellin detector. Experiments with mice revealed something fascinating. When mice had active TLR5 receptors and ate flagellin, they quickly got the message to stop eating and naturally reduce their food intake. Meanwhile, mice missing the TLR5 receptor didn't receive the stop signal, kept eating, and rapidly gained weight. Does this mean the bacteria living within us could be controlling our diet and waistline? Here's where people might disagree. While the link between gut bacteria and overeating seems compelling, is it really as simple as blaming our microbes for lack of willpower? Or could this be a piece of a much more complex puzzle? Now, the story gets even deeper. Since these bacteria can communicate fullness to the brain, researchers are asking what other subtle messages our gut might be sending upstairs. Early evidence suggests this communication could stretch far beyond appetite. The microbial signals might actually affect our emotional states, potentially playing roles in anxiety, happiness, and depression. If that sounds wild, consider that the microbes in your body outnumber your human cells about 3-to-1, totaling some 100 trillion. And they set up shop not just in your gut, but all over your body. So, while we're taught to think of bacteria as unwanted germs, in reality, most of these microscopic companions are helping regulate everything from our digestion to our moods. The latest research is now focused on how different foods shape this inner world, the gut microbiome, and how those shifts ripple through to affect your brain and emotions. If scientists crack these connections, tomorrow's treatments for obesity or stress disorders might start in the gut, not the brain. But here's the provocative question. If you start changing your gut bacteria with new foods or supplements, are you really improving your mental health? Or just chasing a trendy wellness myth? And if your bacteria are sending signals to your brain, how much influence do you truly have over your decisions? What's your take? Do you believe our appetites and moods are really at the mercy of our gut microbes? Or is that giving them a bit too much credit? Jump into the comments and let's see where the debate goes. Unveiling the sixth sense, the direct link between gut and brain. What if your gut could whisper secrets to your brain in real time, shaping your hunger, mood, and even your decisions? A team of researchers at Duke University School of Medicine has uncovered a mind-bending connection between the microbes in your gut and your brain. a discovery that could redefine how we understand the body's communication systems. This isn't just about digestion. It's about a hidden sixth sense that might be steering your behavior in ways you've never imagined. And here's the twist. This system might be more powerful than we ever thought, with implications for everything from weight management to mental health. But here's where it gets controversial. What if the key to solving modern health crises lies not in our genes or environment, but in the tiny organisms living inside us? Let's dive into the science behind this revelation and explore why it's sparking debates in the scientific community. At the heart of this discovery are specialized cells called neuropods, nestled in the lining of the colon. These microscopic sensors act like tiny spies, detecting a protein called flagellin, commonly found in the tails of gut bacteria. When flagellin is present, neuropods spring into action, sending urgent messages to the brain via the vagus nerve, a critical communication highway between the gut and the brain. The result? A signal that says, "We've had enough," which can curb appetite almost instantly. But this is just the beginning. The researchers, led by Dr. Diego Bojorquez and Dr. M. Maya Kailbera, suggest this system might do more than control hunger. It could be a gateway for gut microbes to influence emotions, stress responses, and even how the brain shapes the microbial ecosystem in return. Imagine a world where your gut microbes aren't just passive residents, but active participants in your mental and physical well-being. The experiments conducted by the team are as fascinating as they are groundbreaking. In one study, mice were given a dose of flagellin directly into their colons after a period of fasting. The result? They ate significantly less than their counterparts. But when the same experiment was repeated on mice lacking a receptor called TLF5, essentially the antenna that detects flagellin, the mice ignored the signal and kept eating, leading to weight gain. This suggests that the TLF5 receptor is a critical piece of the puzzle, acting as a translator between microbial activity and brain function. And this is the part most people miss. The implications of this discovery stretch far beyond the lab. If the gut can send real-time signals to the brain, what does that mean for conditions like obesity, anxiety, or even depression? Could our dietary choices be rewriting the language of this microbial brain dialogue? The study's lead authors, including Winston Yu and Nama Reicher, emphasize that this is just the first step. They're now exploring how specific diets might alter the gut's microbial landscape and in turn influence behavior. But here's a question to chew on. What if the root of many health issues isn't a lack of willpower or a genetic flaw, but a breakdown in this gut-brain communication? And if that's true, how do we fix it? The scientific community is already buzzing with possibilities. Dr. Bojorquez, the study's senior author, calls this a neurobiotic sense, a term that hints at the fusion of neuroscience and microbiology. Yet, not everyone agrees on how to interpret these findings. Some experts argue that the brain's response to gut microbes might be more nuanced than a simple stop eating signal. Could there be other, more complex messages at play? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think this discovery will revolutionize how we approach health, or is it just another piece of a much larger puzzle? Share your perspective in the comments below. For now, one thing is clear. The line between mind and gut is blurrier than we ever imagined. And as this research unfolds, it might just change the way we see ourselves and the tiny, invisible allies or adversaries living inside us. How your gut feeling actually controls hunger. Surprising new scientific discovery. A groundbreaking study has unveiled that your gut instinct plays a significant role in regulating your hunger. While traditional science textbooks typically highlight 5 primary senses, sight, smell, hearing, taste, and touch, there's more to how our bodies perceive the world around us. Recent research from Duke University, published in the esteemed journal Nature, indicates that humans may possess an additional, often overlooked sense that originates in the gut. Researchers have found that specific cells in the gut can pick up signals from the microbiome and relay these messages directly to the brain. This revelation enhances our understanding of how the body senses internal changes, emphasizing the gut's crucial influence on brain function. The hidden sixth sense. The gut is a bustling ecosystem, home to the microbiome, a vast community of bacteria, viruses, fungi and archaea that significantly impacts digestion, immune response, and even mental well-being. Within this intricate system, certain bacteria utilize tail-like structures known as flagella to navigate, releasing a primordial protein called flagellin. This study highlights the essential role of flagellin in facilitating communication between the gut and the brain. According to the researchers, flagellin activates specialized cells known as neuropods, which function as nerve-like sensors that help manage appetite. This finding establishes a direct link between the microbiome and the nervous system, enriching our contemporary understanding of gut-brain interactions. Notably, these neuropods possess a receptor called toll-like receptor 5, TLR5. Understanding toll-like receptor 5, TLR5, when TLR5 is triggered, it transmits signals to the brain via the vagus nerve, the longest nerve in the autonomic nervous system. Diego Bojorquez, an associate professor of medicine and neurobiology at Duke University and the study's senior author, expressed curiosity about whether the body could detect microbial patterns in real time, not merely as an immune or inflammatory reaction, but as a neural response that influences behavior instantaneously. Supported by the National Institute of Health, the research team proposed a daring hypothesis: that the bacterial flagellin found in the colon can activate neuropods, prompting them to send signals that reduce appetite directly to the brain. This suggests that gut microbes can actively shape behavior by affecting the neural pathways associated with hunger and satiety. Investigating the gut biome. To test their hypothesis, the researchers conducted an experiment where they fasted mice overnight and then introduced flagellin into their colons. The results showed that these mice consumed less food than anticipated. In contrast, mice lacking the TLR5 receptor maintained normal eating habits and gained weight rapidly. This indicates that signals from the gut to the brain are instrumental in regulating appetite, providing mammals with a sense of fullness. Scientists have termed this phenomenon the neurobiotic sense, which could potentially be classified as a sixth or even a seventh sense. The microbiome is extraordinarily complex, containing over 100 trillion microbial cells influenced by diet and environmental factors. Looking ahead, the next phase of research will delve into how various diets impact the microbiome, aiding scientists in comprehending the workings of this gut-brain pathway. Bojorquez noted, "I believe this research will be invaluable for the broader scientific community in explaining how our behavior is shaped by microbes." A clear next step is to explore how specific diets alter the microbial landscape in the gut, which could be crucial in understanding conditions like obesity or mental health disorders. Engage with us. This study opens up a fascinating dialogue about the intricate relationship between our gut health and our overall well-being. But here's where it gets controversial. Could our dietary choices be more influential than we realize in shaping not just our physical health, but our mental state as well? What are your thoughts on the implications of this research? Do you believe that understanding our gut microbiome could lead to better health outcomes? Share your opinions in the comments below.